What's up, Juggalos and Juggalettes? I'm Rocky Voorhees. I'd like to welcome you to the very first weekly message for Juggalos, where basically I take a topic, I give you my opinion, I want to hear your opinion back on it. This week is us being labeled as a gang, and this is a very controversial subject for many of us, man. A bunch of us get very pissed at just the sight of it, and it's hit yet again from time to time. It'll wane in the news to where they'll make it a big button issue and they'll go back and it'll be quiet for a little while. Well, as the past week, it's hit a new high yet again because Ice P was a Nightline um, defending horrorcore music, and now the news is starting to talk about us being a gang again. And really, you know, it's a mentality that some juggalos have that we really are acting like we're in gangs sometimes, as some of us do. Um, you know, through my years as a juggalo, in recent years I'll meet some new juggalos and juggalettes that have only been down for maybe a year and a half, and it never stuns me because half of them I meet, they tell me whenever I meet them, they say, "So, what'd you have to do to get down? Did you have to fight a juggalo to get down?" And I every time I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're always referring to apparently when their juggalo homies said that, "Oh, well, to become a juggalo, you had to fight another juggalo." Every time I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, I mean, that's gang mentality, man. Whenever we do stuff like that, that's why we get labeled like a gang. That we are no Bloods or Crips. That's what Bloods and Crips do. That's what gangs do. We get to fight five dudes to get down, man. No. They're missing the message. They're missing the music. They're missing the idea behind it. And when we start doing stuff like that, do you really find it that surprising that some people think that we're a gang? Because I don't find it that surprising when people do have that misconception. Um, there's things like that. Also, whenever somebody runs up into somebody's face and throws a wicked clown and a DL up and then pulls your psychopathic bandana you got off a hatchet gear, so waving in their face, or I'm a juggalo bitch, whatever, man. Yeah, people are going to think that you're trying to be hard and like acting like you're in a gang. There's a time whenever it's juggalo pride, and then there's a second whenever you take it a little bit too far. And that point, whenever you go over to someone's face and have to prove that you're juggalo by throwing off signs and stuff, that's where you take it too far. You know, acting a fool and going out and just wreaking havoc just to show that you're hard, people are going to think you're a gang member. Of course they are. Of course they are. It doesn't matter if you spray paint juggalo all over the place. It's great to show you're a juggalo. It's great, man. It's awesome. But be a little smart about it, man. Be careful. Be strategic about how you do this shit. Don't be a fool. Don't be acting a fool around the neighborhood where the cops are always going to be watching you. Don't do that. That is stupid. Main jugglers and juggalettes, you know, they feel that we're gang related, a bunch of newer ones because of, you know, Blaze or ABK, and I try to tell them that's imagery, or they say psychopathic writers. Psychopathic writers is a spoof of the mainstream's image of thugs. That's what that was made as, man, and that doesn't mean that psychopathic writers are thug members, you know, gang members. It doesn't mean that the thugs, all that. It just means basically that, you know, that's just a song, it's an image. So whenever you start following that, it's ridiculous. Um, really, since YouTube only allows me to do 10-minute videos for some reason, I'm going to do two of these, but whatever. Um, I'll probably do one in a few more weeks. Next week I'll be tackling the idea of us being labeled as killers and all these serial killings and how we're catching a bad rep. So it'll be kind of like a second part to this. Um, really, this is the subject that if you want my full opinion, you're really going to have to talk to me one-on-one. I'm giving you the start right here. I want y'all to leave me a comment down below saying what you thought. Hand me a rating. Hit me up. I'm going to put my MySpace on the summary over here. And hit me up on MySpace. Drop me a line, man. And I mean, just whatever. If you want to talk about this subject, if you're having a problem at home, man, and you just want to talk to a homie, if you're feeling bad about something, man, and you just want to hit me up about something, you just need somebody to talk to, hit me up, man. I'm family. I love y'all, man. And I'm always here for you, baby. And, you know, just hit me up. I love every single one of y'all, man. All my juggalos, if it wasn't for y'all, I'd probably be dead by now. I would have committed suicide a long time ago. Much love. Hit me up. East side, we ride.